Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of Digital Fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn, and today I'm back at it with another deck tech for Wonders of the First. And this is probably my favorite deck that I've come up with yet. This one is called Masterlock, because we're using Thalwind and Sulfera cards to just completely lock down realms and make it so that our opponent can't attack in and take our stones after we aggressively take all of the stones in the early game. Or at least that's the plan. To find out if it actually happens and we pull it off, you're going to have to wait until the gameplay. And first we're going to break down the deck and what's in it. All of the craziness that I came up with in my noggin. Before we do that, please like the video if you haven't already. It helps it get out to a ton more people and helps the channel to grow. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because we have a ton of crazy content on the way. Whether it's Wonders of the First or Magic the Gathering or just CCGs in general, you're in the right place. So click that subscribe button and be sure to catch me live Monday through Friday over on Twitch. That's twitch.tv/QuarantineCapricorn, because if I'm alive and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm streaming. But for now, this is Masterlock. So this is Masterlock, and the idea behind this deck is very simple. We're going super wide with a ton of cheap wonders early so that we can claim stones really quickly, and then once our opponent is able to start generating more energy in the mid game and putting out beefier things, we just lock those stones down with protector counters, with dwarven vaults and things like that, and then also have some pretty bomb plays in the late game to just prevent our opponent from taking back all the stones that we took in the early game, and we just win off of all of those early game seizes that our opponent can't take back, which I think is pretty interesting. We're going to start here by talking about Cloudweaver Construct. This is a 1-cost secondary wonder with just 1 power. It does have a Thalwind core, so we're going to need that Thalwind land in play with a Thalwind link in order to play it. But on round start, you may move this to target realm with no enemies. So the idea is every time a new realm unlocks, at the beginning of that round, the Cloudweaver Construct just moves there for free and is ready to immediately attack before our opponent can even play anything there to defend. So, if we're smart and we're able to make sure that we were the last person to claim a stone in the prior round, we can make sure we can always swing in right away with the construct and take the stone before our opponent can do anything about it. And because this deck has so many different ways to lock down those stones after we take them, it shouldn't matter even if they play something powerful to that same realm right after we take it, we should be able to lock it down. And we're doing that with cards like Isaac's Sparkpaw. This is a 2-cost primary wonder with just 1 power, but it has a tap-free ability to put a protector counter on target wonder. So if we have an Isaac out in an earlier round in an earlier realm, after we take the stone with the construct and they try to put something big down to take it back, we just tap the Isaac and put a protector counter on the construct, and then if they want to try to take the stone there, they can't. They have to attack in and remove that protector counter instead of taking a stone, and that's what makes protector counters so good. So if we can just get an early lead and take those stones early, and then just keep generating those protector counters so that our opponents can't take them back, we should be able to just hold on to them for the whole game. And in a similar fashion, we're also using Sir Reynard. He has an on arrival ability where he puts a protector counter on himself, 2-cost wonder, 3 power, but none of that is super relevant. It's really getting that protector counter that matters. So if we wait and play the Sir Reynard at a key point in time when we want to lock down a realm, we can do that, put the protector counter on. Now, it is possible that our opponent can swing in multiple times, get rid of the protector counter, and eventually take the stone, but if we're forcing them to use multiple actions just to finally take that stone, then we can be busy elsewhere doing whatever we want in other realms while they're busy wasting actions, so it should still work out pretty well for us. Now, what we really want to do is go as wide as possible with these wonders and also dig deeper into our deck to find the wonders that are doing the things we want, such as the construct that's starting wherever we want at the beginning of a round, or the 2 different wonders we just talked about that give us protector counters. So we're also running 2 copies of Ryland Windstrider. This is a 2-cost primary wonder with 2 power. It's a tuned Thalwind, so it doesn't even cost us an action to play if we have a Thalwind land in play. In tap free, we get to seek 3 a wonder with cost 2 or less, and when it arrives, you may portal it to an adjacent realm. So this is a way to dig and find those wonders we just talked about and get them out. but we're also able to get extra value, getting value off those on arrival abilities or those tap free abilities or whatever the case may be with something like Rylai'd, and we have some more wonders that take advantage of that kind of playline with Rylai'd as well. But for now, let's talk about Ranade Hopmaster. She's another 1-cost primary wonder with just 1 power, but on arrival, just like Rylai'd, or at least similar to Rylai'd, you get to seek 3 a wonder with cost 2 or less and put it into that same realm that Ranade is in. So another way to find our wonders that have protector counters and go that much wider with wonders. Another important thing to note about both of those cards that we just talked about is we're not just seeking to trigger like on arrival abilities or potentially re-trigger tap abilities or whatever the case may be. We're also trying to seek just to get even more wonders out. If all we have to do is play 1 wonder from our hand, and when the dust clears we have 2 wonders in play because of it, it helps us to go super wide so that we can just grab stones in more realms at the same time and trigger some of the other synergies that we have in the deck that we haven't talked about yet. But let's move on and talk about some of the other small wonders that we can find with those Seek abilities. The most important of which is Moonfire Crystal Mouse, a 2-cost secondary wonder with just 1 power. It has a sacrifice free ability, so you don't even have to spend an action to do this, where you draw 2 cards and gain 2 energy. Now, because we have a ton of cheap wonders, it's really easy to run out of actions and run out of cards before we're running out of energy. So having ways in the deck to draw cards for free or draw extra cards for the same amount of actions it would normally cost us to draw 1 card, that sort of thing can be really important, and Moonfire Mouse helps us kind of fulfill that role. We can find it off a Seek, put it wherever we want, possibly use it to just take a stone in a realm that's uncontested, and then after we don't need it for those reasons anymore, we can sacrifice it to draw cards when we're running out of cards inevitably in the mid to late game. We also have 2 copies of Empress Aurelia. This is a 2-cost primary wonder with just 1 power. She is a core, so we'll need that Thalwind link, and has a tap action ability, portal another target wonder to this realm. Really good, because if we've already locked down the realm that Empress Aurelia is in and made it really hard for them to take back a stone there, then we just portal their best dude to the same realm, and it's kind of wasted because now it's in a realm where they can't really take back a stone, and that can be super detrimental, especially if we open up another realm to have no defenders in the process, so that one of our cheap little wonders that's there can just swing in and take another stone. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the Empress. You can also portal your own wonder here to re-trigger on arrival abilities or to reset tap abilities and that sort of thing. So the Empress is just super valuable in the versatility of the ways it can be used in this deck. We're also running 2 copies of Tharn Sharkblade, which is sort of used in a similar fashion. This is a 2-cost primary wonder. It is also a Thalwind core, has 2 power, and on play you portal another target wonder in this realm to Realm 1. If you've already locked down Realm 1 and made it hard for your opponent to ever take back the stone there, then taking one of their wonders and sticking it in Realm 1, probably really good for you. But also, if you have another wonder in this realm that you want to reactivate those abilities like we talked about before, you could portal that with Tharn. And the most important thing to point out with Tharn is it's not a separate tap action like it is with Empress Aurelia. It just happens when you play it. So you don't have to use up one action to play the wonder and another action to do your portaling shenanigans. You just get to do it all for the price of one action, which is actually really nice. We're going to move on and talk about some of the crazier cards in the deck. We've got 2 more cheap wonders. Skaldar Grimshade. This is a 1-cost primary wonder with just 1 power. It has a Horde 1 ability where it gets +2 power. You're almost always going to have at least 1 stone. So this is almost always just a 3-power wonder for 1, which is already pretty good. But also on arrival, you just get a free attack. So this is really good in the early game where it basically saves you an action. Because I mentioned before, we're going to be running out of cards and actions a lot quicker than we run out of energy because we have so many cheap wonders. Any way that we can to save up actions or reduce using action costs is going to be super helpful. So Skaldar giving us a free attack so that we don't have to spend an action to attack is really nice. And it's another benefit that we can get by portaling him around or seeking and finding him off the top of our deck, we can get free attacks potentially multiple times and really put those extra actions to good use. And then we also, as we move into the mid game, we have Borin's Stormhand. This is a 5-cost primary wonder with 5 power. And what makes this guy so good in this deck is he has a tap action ability to draw a card for each stone you control. Now, this is insanely powerful because we're trying to take all those stones super early and hold on to them. And then if we have a bunch of stones early, we can draw cards with this guy. Even if our opponent starts to mount a comeback, if we can time it correctly and use the Borin's tap action ability to draw a bunch of cards, even if they start to take back stones, we can gas up on a ton of value and use that to retake the game, even if they're doing crazy stuff. But even if they're not doing crazy stuff and we're just keeping a bunch of stones, then it's even better, right? We're just drawing a ton of cards off of Borin. We are only playing 1 copy because there are a bunch of other stuff I want to fit into the top end of this deck, but I think the 1 copy is definitely worth playing. That being said, we do have some pretty crazy late game bangers. The first of which is Whiskey Raider. This is a 5-cost primary wonder with just 1 power, and it's a core card, so it's going to require a Sulfera land with a link in order to play it. Why are we playing a 5-cost 1-power wonder? Because wonders you control get +1 power for each stone you control. So once we build up all of that power, all of those stones in play, and we're getting to that point in the game where our opponent's playing really powerful stuff and wants to try to take them back, we can just jam the Whiskey Raider and buff up our whole team to an insane degree because we should control a bunch of stones, and then we can hold on to our stones that way, in addition to like the protector counters and all of that stuff that we're already doing. The one downside to this is that on round start, you have to spend 1 energy for each stone you control, or target opponent gains control of the Whiskey Raider. But it can be kind of interesting moving back and forth, especially if they have a bunch of stones. If the game's not going well for you and they manage to reclaim a bunch of the stones, letting them just take the Whiskey Raider and forcing them to have to spend a bunch of energy to keep the Raider or else give it back can be kind of gnarly. But the best way to use the Whiskey Raider is just to wait until round 7. Try to hold off as best you can, holding on to as many of those stones in the early game as you can. If you can make it to round 7, you drop the Whiskey Raider. You never have to worry about another round starting for the first time because it's the last round, but you still get the absolute crazy payoff of buffing up your team by however many stones you have, which can just lock down all of those realms and ensure your opponent has no chance at all at reclaiming those stones, which can be really, really nice. Another crazy late game card we have is Piratheos of Sulfera, a 9-cost legendary wonder. It is a core and it has 8 power. Now 9 cost is a lot, but by round 6 or round 7, we should be able to have that amount of energy just from the number of stones we were able to snag in the early game and hold on to. And this thing has a crazy tap free ability. You get to put 3 protector counters distributed among up to 3 target wonders. So it just helps you lock down those realms, those stones that you gained even that much easier, and is a very powerful card in and of its own right as well. So it might help you to retain a stone or get a stone in a realm where they have a decent amount of power, where you don't necessarily have it locked down. We also have 1 copy of Ragnar Bloodbane, and this card's pretty crazy. This is a legendary wonder for 6 energy. It is a core, so you're going to need that Sulfera link. It has 8 power, and whenever you seize a stone in battle, you move it to the same realm as Ragnar Bloodbane. And then on round start, you just get a free attack. So as long as he's out, every single round, at the start of the round, you get a free attack. That's another way for us to get those extra actions that we need, that we're running out of. But most importantly, if we're able to move every single stone that we get to the same realm as Ragnar, we can just pile up protector counters on Ragnar, or there's a couple other cards that we'll talk about later that allow us to lock down that realm even better than a protector counter. So if we're moving all of the stones to one realm and then able to successfully lock down that realm, it makes it almost impossible for our opponent to come back and win the game, which should be pretty wild if we can pull it off. The last crazy top-end card I want to talk about, at least for the wonders, is 𝐼𝐻𝒨𝒻 the Scalder. This is an 8 cost legendary wonder. It is a core. It has 8 power. It has flying, so technically we could move it around. And whenever a stone is seized from you, you may put this from your hand into that realm for no cost if you have a 𝐿 And if you do, you have to sacrifice it at the end of the round. So the fair way to use this is you're just grabbing a bunch of stones early in the game, and then eventually when your opponent gets to the point where they're able to start taking things back, if there's a realm you don't have successfully locked down and they steal the stone from you there, 𝐼𝐻𝒨𝒻 just comes out for free without even using an action, slams into that realm, and all of a sudden you have an 8 power wonder there. You can attack back with that and maybe even 1 or 2 smaller wonders you already had there, and almost definitely take back the stone and secure that stone in that realm. So in that way, 𝐼𝐻𝒨𝒻 can almost be like a way to lock down a realm, sort of, to make sure that you get to keep a stone there without even costing an action. It can just come out of your hand for free. But then you can also do some tricksy things in this deck where you get even more value out of 𝐻𝒨𝒻 by portaling it with one of the wonders we talked about earlier that can portal our own wonders. If we portal the 𝐻𝒨𝒻 after it came out for free, it technically becomes banished and then comes back into play in whatever realm we want, and it forgets how it entered the first time. It doesn't matter. It essentially re-enters as what it thinks is a new copy of the card. So it doesn't think it came into play from your hand for free anymore, and so that you don't have to sacrifice it at end of round. So if you have one of your portal guys ready to go, and you can portal the 𝐻𝒨𝒻 after it hits play, you get to just keep it for the whole game without ever having spent that 8 energy or even an action to play it. And that can be pretty crazy as well. It's crazy enough to use it just the fair way, to go with our synergies of keeping our stones, but it gets even crazier if you're able to portal it. But we have more in this deck than just wonders. Let's talk about the items. We have 3 different items in this deck, 3 copies of each, and all of them are critically important to the functioning of the deck. First of all, we have Dwarven Vault. This is a 4 cost secondary item. Stones can't be seized from you from battles in this realm. This is basically the idea of protector counters just turned up to 11. Whereas with protector counters, if you put one of those on your wonders, if they try to seize a stone from you in that realm, they just remove the protector counter instead, and then eventually when the protector counters are all gone, they can attack again and seize the stone. With Dwarven Vault, they just can't take the stone no matter what, unless they have a way to destroy your items. So slamming a Dwarven Vault on a key realm and locking it down, especially one that you haven't wasted any protector counters on yet, can be absolutely backbreaking in this deck. We also have 3 copies of the Fire Grimoire, because I talked earlier about how important it is for us to gas up and draw cards, because since all of our wonders are really cheap, we're going to run out of cards really quick. The Fire Grimoire is a 2 cost secondary item. It is a core, so we're going to need that 𝐿, and whenever you attack with 2 or more wonders in any realm, you draw a card. Since we have so many cheap wonders that we are just vomiting onto the board super quick, it's almost guaranteed every realm's going to have multiple wonders. In fact, we have a couple different ways in this deck of seeking and finding a wonder off the top of our deck and putting it right into play in the same realm as the thing that seeked for it. So making sure that we have 2 wonders in the same realm, and we're always attacking with 2 wonders, it's so easy to draw cards off of Fire Grimoire, and it is the absolute best way for this deck to just keep gassing up with cards, make sure that we never run out. The last card is a very important one, Fire Flower of the Inferno, another 3 copies of this. This is a 2 cost secondary item, and when an opponent attacks in this realm, sacrifice this. If you do, destroy target attacking enemy. This is incredibly important because this deck has no problem putting some wonders into a realm, but it's not going to have a lot of powerful wonders. So if your opponent drops an absolutely crazy bomb wonder, a powerful high cost wonder in a realm, and wants to use it to take back the stone there, instead of locking it down with a protector counter or a Dwarven Vault, just put a Fire Flower there, and when they attack, you just kill their huge investment, their huge wonder that they put all of their energy into. And even if they have like 1 or 2 smaller wonders there, you might just win the combat with your smaller wonders against their smaller wonders, if you can just take out their big wonder. So a Fire Flower is another way of like soft locking down the stone after you seize it, make it really, really hard for them to swing in and retake it because you're going to get rid of their absolute best wonder in the process. And if you're doing that in a realm where you're not worrying about protector counters because you're saving those for other realms, it can be a really nice way of having this auxiliary way of, like I said, soft locking down the stone in that realm. But we have more than just items as well. We also have a couple spells. Just 2 spells in this deck, but both of them are incredibly good. The first of which is Thought Tempest, a 2-cost secondary spell. You draw 3 cards and then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. This is incredibly important in this deck for 2 different reasons. First of all, we already talked about how this deck's going to run out of gas quick. Everything is super, super cheap, so we need ways to draw cards, multiple cards, for just 1 action in order to conserve those actions. And this does that. It draws us 3 cards. We do have to put a card back, but that leads us to the second thing that makes this card so good. We have a couple different ways in this deck of seeking things off the top of our deck and putting it straight into play. So if we know we're about to use a seek effect, we can actually set up the top of our deck with any card we want from our hand, put it back on top. That way when we seek, we know we can find it and put it directly into play for free. So setting up the top of our deck that way with anything from our hand, super, super powerful in conjunction with the fact that we're going up on cards as it is and getting multiple cards for just 1 action. The other spell is another important one, and this one sits alongside the flower that we looked at. This is Soul Jar Mastery, a 3-cost secondary spell. Just destroy target wonder in a realm where you control a stone. So it's not like the flower in the sense that it just comes down and waits for them to attack, but you use it after they put their guy down, before they get to attack, and just destroy their wonder. Since we're going to be claiming a lot of stones early in the game, and then our opponent's going to be on the back foot and have to try and get those stones back, when they play a really crazy bomb wonder into a realm and try to use that to reclaim the stone, we just kill it with the Soul Jar Mastery, and we prevent them from taking back the stone. Just another really good way of stopping them in their tracks from taking back stones after we've already got them. But let's talk about the lands. So we have 10 lands in this deck, and we have an even split of 5 Sulfera lands and 5 Thalwind lands. 10 seems to be the average number you should aim for with most decks. It seems like you have the consistency you need of making sure you get enough lands with 10 without having too many, and making sure that you have enough of your other stuff to play throughout the game. I think 10 is a really solid number for most decks. Not every deck. Some decks are built around lands, but most decks, I think 10 is a really good number. We're going with an even split between Sulfera and Thalwind. We want to make sure we consistently get 1 of each as often as possible, so I think 5 of each is a good round number for getting that, especially when you take into account the fact that you can mulligan 3 cards away and potentially see up to 10 cards before you start the game, and it's a 50 card deck, so if 1 in every 10 cards is the land of the link you need, that's probably pretty good math. So first of all, we have 2 copies of Brimstone Crypt. This is super important because on Harvest Kingdom 2, if you have 2 lands in play, you may put a protector counter on target wonder in this realm. So it's kind of another free way of just getting protector counters onto things and locking down the stones, which is what we're trying to do already. We also have 3 copies of Volcanic Wastes, which is a 0-cost secondary land. On Harvest Horde 5, you gain an additional action. Now, even though Horde 5 is a lot to ask, in this deck, it's a little bit easier than in most decks. We're going to be trying to take those stones super early, using protector counters and dwarven vaults and all sorts of other shenanigans to make sure our opponents can't take back those stones, so that we can get to that Horde 5 and turn on Volcanic Wastes and get access to those additional actions, which will be really important in a deck like this because we're going to run out of actions and cards before we run out of energy, like I already talked about. So it's really important that we can get as many actions as we can, and Volcanic Waste is a way to more consistently get that in a deck that's using 2 or more orbitals. Now, moving on to the Thalwind lands, we have 1 copy of Clearsky Eyrie. This is a legendary land, and it has a Kingdom 4 ability. Once each round, when a wonder you control arrives in this realm, you may trigger its on-arrival ability an additional time. This isn't always going to work out for us, but at least having the option, it will sometimes provide an insane amount of extra value. We can either get an extra protector counter or get all sorts of possibilities off of our arrival abilities in this deck to just trigger an extra time, and that's always going to be good if we can manage to make it work and line things up correctly. In addition, we're running 3 copies of Glacium Keep. This is another Thauwind land, and when you play a third Thauwind land, you may untap it. Now, the chances are a lot slimmer in a deck like this that's 2 orbitals or even more orbital colors, that you'll get to play your third Thauwind land and actually untap the Glacium Keep. But it is the only other Thauwind land we have access to that at least gives us a chance of getting extra actions out of it, which in this deck, like I said, we're going to run out of actions all the time, so it's important that we utilize every single opportunity to get extra actions wherever we can. So we are going to run the 3 copies of Glacium Keep, and in some games it will line up and we'll get lucky. We'll get that third Thauwind land at some point in the game, and we'll be able to get some extra actions out of those Glacium Keeps as long as we're careful in how we play things and how we line them up just right. The last land we're playing is just to make sure that we have that 5th Thauwind land with the Thauwind link so that we can consistently make sure we have it at the beginning of the game. And that's just 1 copy of 𝐴𝐕𝒂𝒄𝒉. Out of all of the other Thauwind lands, this one provides us, I think, the most value for a deck like this. On play, you can look at the top card of your deck and you may put it back on top or bury it. So not only do we get a little bit of card selection if we're using this fairly and make sure the thing that we're going to draw next is something we actually want, but we can also use this to set up the top of our deck for some of our Seek effects to make sure that we have a better chance of those hitting and those going off the way that we want. So that's the deck. I think the lands are probably the weakest part of the deck. It was hard finding just the right lands that really complemented the synergies that we're going for. Obviously, the Brimstone Crypt and the Clearsky Eyrie are going to be nuts if they're used just right. But I still think the deck is really, really strong, and I'm excited for there to eventually be another set with more lands so that we have more options of, you know, what we can put into decks depending on what the synergies for those decks are. It's going to be really exciting for this game moving forward, just seeing where it goes and seeing what the new sets look like. And I know the game's brand new and we're still at this point waiting for this set to come out, but it's still really exciting to think about the future. With that said, the way this deck is right now, it's super fun, it's super rad. Let's check out the gameplay. So I'll be using another custom deck. This one's using Sulfera and Thauwind orbital cards. This one's called Masterlock. Once again, my opponent is no refills. She'll be using whatever it is that she's using. We'll find out. Let's draw a hand of 7 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I draw a Thought Tempest, Brimstone Crypt, Tharn Sharkblade, Fireflower of the Inferno, Cloudweaver Construct, Moonfire Crystal Mouse, and a Glacium Keep. And I think, for the first time ever, I'm not going to mulligan anything. I'm going to keep this hand. Would you like to mulligan?
No.
Alright, so it's the beginning of round 1. The first realm is unlocked. The first stone is up for grabs. We'll draw a card for the round. I draw an Empress Aurelia. I will be on the play. We start at 3 actions. We each have 1 energy because 1 realm is unlocked. And I'm going to start by playing Glacium Keep into realm 1. It is a 0 cost land that gives me a Thauwind link. I can harvest it for an action, and when I play a third Thauwind land, I get to untap it if I want. Pass to you.
Okay. I'll use an action. And I will play an 𝐴𝐻𝐿𝑒𝑒𝑒𝑘. On harvest, you reveal a top card, and if it's boundless, draw it.
Nice. I'm going to use another action, go down to 1, and... No energy. To play a Cloudweaver Construct into realm 1. It is 1 power, 1 cost, but I do have the Thauwind link, so it's free. On round start, you may move this to target realm with no enemies. Pass to you. I'm gonna spend an action.
And 1 energy. And I'm going to play Nesula Majoris.
Nesula Majoris. Wonderful. Well, I'm gonna spend my last action and my 1 energy to play a 2 cost I have a couple different options here. I'm trying to figure out which one's actually best to do. I guess I'll play a Moonfire Crystal Mouse, which normally costs 2 energy, but I have the Thalwyn Link, so it only costs my 1. Has only 1 power, but it has a sacrifice-free ability to draw 2 cards and gain 2 energy. Pass to you. Now we both have 2 power in Realm 1.
I'll draw a card.
Alright, I'll pass back.
Yeah, I'm all set.
Alright, it's the end of round 1. It's the beginning of round 2. Second realm is unlocked. The second stone is up for grabs. We both go to 3 actions. We both have 2 energy because 2 realms are unlocked, and we don't control any stones. Draw a card for the round. I draw a Dwarven Vault. At the beginning of the round, I'm going to choose to move the Cloudweaver construct into Realm 2 for free. What do I want to play? That seems wasteful. Let's go. Unfortunate. I think I have to just let that one go. I'm gonna attack in Realm 2
Okay.
and claim the stone.
Okay.
Go down to 2 actions. Pass to you.
I'll spend 1 energy. And 1 action.
I'm surprised you're not attacking.
And play another Nesula Majoris.
Wow. That seems actually kind of perfect for what's in my hand. I'm going to spend 1 action, go down to 1, and 1 energy, go down to 1. I'm going to play a Tharn Sharkblade. 2 cost Tharn Sharkblade that gets the cost reduction because I have the Thalwyn Link. It's 2 power, and on play, portal another target wonder in this realm to Realm 1. So I will portal the Cloudweaver construct back to Realm 1. So I now have 2 power in both realms. Pass to you.
I will spend my last energy in another action. I will play Quadratus Gillifit in Realm 1.
Well, that's certainly something. I might have to just let that one go. Possibly.
It's just one silly little realm.
Alright, I'm gonna spend my last action, no energy, to play a Brimstone Crypt into Realm 2. It gives me a Sulfara Link, and on Harvest, if I have Kingdom 2, which I now do, you may put a Protector counter on target wonder in this realm. Pass to you.
I'll attack in Realm 1.
Alright, 7 power against my 2, you win, you claim the stone. Couldn't quite get there fast enough, unfortunately.
Not at all.
I have some things I could do. Let's do this. I'm gonna tap my Brimstone Crypt to gain an action and go up to 1. And when I do, since I have a Kingdom 2 ability, I get to put a Protector counter on Tharn Sharkblade. So that means if you successfully attack in and claim the stone from me in Realm 2 at any point, instead you remove the Protector counter and you do not get the stone. So you'll have to attack twice in order to take the stone back there. Pass to you.
I'm all set.
Alright, I'm going to use that last action that I got from harvesting to play a 1 cost, actually it's a 2 cost, I use 1 energy, go down to 0, to play a 2 cost Thought Tempest. Draw 3 cards, and then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. So I draw Skaldar Grimshade, Empress Aurelia, and Glacium Keep. We are going to put the Glacium Keep. Are we going to put the Glacium Keep? Yeah, we'll put the Glacium Keep back on top. Pass to you.
All set.
Alright, that'll be the end of round 2. It is the beginning of round 3. The 3rd realm is unlocked. The 3rd stone is up for grabs. We go back to 3 actions. We're both at 3 energy because 3 realms are unlocked. We each have an additional energy because we each control a stone, so we're both at 4. We're going to start by drawing our card for the round. I draw that Glacium Keep.
Alright.
You were the last person to claim a stone, so you get to go first. Oh, and I get to move Cloudweaver Construct into Realm 3 at the round start.
Spend 2 energy and play Valkyria Valorum in Realm 3. She has Ascend, gets +6 at the beginning of round 7. And
she has flying too. She's 2 power right now, which is more than my 1 power Cloudweaver Construct. I've got ideas. Got ideas. I'm going to spend 1 action, go down to 2. And 1 energy, go down to 3. To play a 2-cost Fireflower of the Inferno into Realm 3. Whenever an opponent attacks in this realm, sacrifice this. If you do, destroy target attacking enemy. Pass to you. Difficult decisions.
I'm just trying to figure out what I feel like doing. I'll play for no energy and 1 action, a Starhorn Capra. It's a tap free to remove all counters from target player cards in target realm.
Interesting. There's pretty interesting things I could do. Does that have to target something in the same realm?
No.
Just anything?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'm going to spend 1 action, go down to 1, and no energy to play a 1-cost Skaldar Grimshade into Realm 3. It only has 1 power, but it has Horde 1, it gets +2 power, so since I control a stone, it is a 3 power right now, and on arrival, I gain a free attack. So this die right here is going to represent my 1 free attack action I can turn in at some point throughout the round. Pass to you.
I'll spend my last action and no energy and play Quantum Boots.
Quantum Boots?
Yeah.
Into Realm
3.
How does Quantum Boots work again?
Equipped Wonder gets +2, and if you don't control a Wonder in this realm, the next Wonder you play here gets attuned to that list. So, I'll play it on my Capra.
So that's 6 power?
4.
Well, I mean total in the realm.
Yes.
Luckily I got that Fire Flower. Let's go with... Wasn't really what I wanted to do. But I guess it probably makes sense. How do I do the things that I want to do? I guess we just try to set up for next round. But that seems very difficult. So that's 6 power you have there?
Yes.
For... Yeah, it's going to be pretty impossible to try to set myself up to attack in this turn. I think I will just spend my last action and 1 energy go down to 2. Where are you 2? To play a... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay at 3 energy. I'm going to use my last action to play a Glacium Keep into Realm 3. Pass to you.
I'm all set.
I am also all set, so that will be the end of round 3. It is the beginning of round 4. The 4th realm is unlocked. The 4th stone is up for grabs. We will go back up to 3 actions. We each start with 4 energy because 4 realms are unlocked. We each start with an extra energy because we each control a stone, so we're both at 5. We draw a card for the round. I draw another Glacium Keep. Pretty nuts. You are on the play.
Well.
Oh, can I move my... Do I move it? Yeah. I'll move my Cloudweaver construct into Realm 4. On round start.
Yep. I will start with playing an Eclipse Enclave in Realm 2.
Another Eclipse Enclave. Very nice. I will attack in Realm 4.
Sure.
And take the stone. Go down to 2 actions.
I'll spend 3 energy and an action And play... I want to say Heroes, but it's 𝐼𝐲𝐼𝐻.
𝐼𝐲𝐼𝐻, yeah.
Each round, enemies can't attack more than once in each realm. His Ascend gets +4.
Interesting. I am going to use another action, go to 1, and spend 3 energy, go to 2, to play a Dwarven Vault in Realm 4. Stones can't be seized from you from battles in this realm. Pass to you.
I'll attack in Realm 3.
Yes, you will. And I will kill your Capra.
Sure.
And you will claim nothing.
Why not?
Because you only have 2 power now.
Okay.
But my Fire Flower is dead. So there's that. And my free attack is gone. I didn't get to use it. There wasn't a good way. Let's see. You have 2 power there. If you play something there, you can equip it with that to get more power. You could also fly out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I am going to... You're gonna have to play something, so... Alright. I'm gonna spend my last action and 1 energy, go down to 1.
Okay.
To play an Empress Aurelia into Realm 3.
Okay.
Pass to you.
All set.
I'm going to tap my Glacium Keep for an action. Pass back.
Sure.
Let's see. We've got 2 power. I've got 4. I will attack in Realm 3.
Absolutely.
And I will claim the stone. Go back to no actions.
All set.
I will tap my Glacium Keep to gain an action.
Okay.
I will use that action to play a Glacium Keep in Realm 4 and untap both of my other Glacium Keeps.
Okay.
And that'll be it for the round.
All right.
It is the end of round 4. It is the beginning of round 5. We go back up to 3 actions. The 5th realm is unlocked. The 5th stone is up for grabs, so we start at 5 energy. I get an extra 3 because I control 3 stones. So I'll be at 8. You get an extra 1. So you'll be at 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move my Cloudweaver construct for free into Realm 5 at the start of the round. And draw a card for the round. I draw a 𝐼𝐻𝐃 Hopmaster. I am going to use my first action, go down to 2, to attack in Realm 5 and claim the stone with my Cloudweaver construct.
Okay.
Pass back. I'm running out of cards.
I'm gonna spend 3 energy and play Scenic Azimuth. He has Ascend. He gets +2 for each enemy wonder in this realm of Edmonton.
Nice. I suppose I'll go down to 1 action and spend an action to play a 1-cost 𝐼𝐻𝐃 Hopmaster for 0 energy because of my Thawin Link. Gonna play it into Realm 5, roll the dice, and hope for something good. On arrival, seek 3 a wonder with cost 2 or less. Put it into that same realm. So we're gonna look at the top 3 cards. We've got Isaac Sparkpaw, Cloudweaver Construct, and Whiskey Raider. I guess I will put the Isaac Sparkpaw into play. He is a 2-cost, 1-power wonder, and he has a tap-free ability to put a protector counter on target wonder. So the rest will go on the bottom. Pass to you. So I only have 3 power right now in Realm 5. I only have 1 card left in my hand. You have 5 power in Realm 5.
1 energy, 1 action, and play a Starburst Mallet in Realm 5.
What does that do?
Equipped order gets +2 while its equipped enemies in this realm are nullified.
Nice.
Pass back to you.
I'm gonna use Aurelia's tap action to portal another target wonder to this realm. I was thinking about moving your Zenith over there, but it's probably actually better to keep it where it is. I have a couple different possibilities here, and I'm not sure which one is right. I'm gonna move the Isaac Sparkpaw into Realm 3. Pass to you. I am out of actions now.
I'll attack at Realm 5.
Yeah, you will. I've got only 2 power, so you claim the stone. I will tap a Glacium Keep to gain an action.
Okay. I'm all set.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Do I want to do that? I probably don't want to do that. I think I made a boo-boo. Alright, I'm going to spend that action in 1 energy. Go down to 7. To play Empress Aurelia into Realm 4. Then I will tap my Glacium Keep in Realm 3 to gain an action, and I will use that action to use Empress Aurelia's tap action ability. Portal another target wonder to this realm. I'll take Zenith, and I'm going to move him over into Realm 4.
Okay.
Then I'm going to tap my last Glacium Keep to gain an action and use that action to attack.
No, you aren't.
You're right. I can't attack more than once. I guess Glacium Keep is staying untapped then. That's it. The end of round 5 for me. I forgot I can only attack once in a realm because of your dude. Alright, so it's the end of round 5. It's the beginning of round 6, the 6th realm is unlocked. The 6th stone is up for grabs. We go back up to 3 actions, and we start with 6 energy. But I start with an extra 3, and you start with an extra 2 because I control 3 stones, and you control 2 stones. So I'm at 9.
Mm-hmm.
I have no cards in my hand. I draw a card for the round. I draw a Fire Flower of the Inferno. I also get to move the Cloudweaver construct to realm 6 at the beginning of the round because the Zenith isn't there. That's why the Zenith needed to move, because he was nullifying my Cloudweaver construct, which means he was stuck there forever, which would have been very bad. I believe you are on the play.
All right. I spend 5 energy, and in action I play Osiris Skydreamer in realm 6.
That is pretty good. And my Fire Flower won't even work against that. At least not the tap free ability. I need stuff. I'm gonna sacrifice free my Moonfire Crystal Mouse to draw 2 cards and gain 2 energy. So I'm gonna go up to 11 energy and draw 2 cards. I draw Cindermaw the Scalder and Volcanic Wastes. Those were some good cards to draw. Pass to you.
I'm gonna use my tap free. Just tap and take this down.
You sure? You don't need to yet.
I'm going to.
Oh, okay. Is there a reason you didn't just attack? Oh, because you can only attack once or something?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what Cindermaw the Scalder does?
I know that I played the deck he was originally in quite a lot.
This is very tricky. This is very tricky. I don't actually have a lot of stuff on the board that I can do. I thought I had a lot. I think for now, I need to try to draw more cards. So I'm going to spend an action, go down to 2, draw a card for the round. Well, not for the round, just draw it. I draw a Soul Jar Mastery. Pass to you. Soul Jar Mastery. What you gonna do? We're 3 and 3.
I'm trying to figure out. So I went first.
You played Orionis.
Mm-hmm.
Then you used his tap ability, which was free. So you still have 2 actions.
Oh, you sacrificed. I was like, how do you have 2 actions?
I sacrificed free.
Yeah.
And then I drew a card. I need to draw lots of cards.
Really not happy.
Just make a decision.
I'm trying to.
Your flyer's stuck in the middle of realms that are locked down.
Okay. I'm going to attack in realm 3. And move this way.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Didn't really expect that. I'm gonna spend an action, go down to 1.
Okay.
And 2 energy, go down to 9.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Soul Jar Mastery. 3 cost. I only have to spend 2 because I have a Sulfura Link. Destroy target wonder in a realm where you control a stone. I will destroy Valkyria. Pass to you.
Attack. Take an action. I'm going to pause to draw a card.
I am gonna spend my last action to draw a card. I draw a Dwarven Vault. Pass to you.
I am going to spend 1 energy, 1 action. I'm going to play a Sky Seeker Twins in Realm 5. And on arrival, seek 3, a spell with cost 2 or less.
Interesting. So it has to specifically be a spell.
And I get nothing.
Nothing.
Yep.
Bummer.
Your turn.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Maybe I should just play this. I'm doing it. I'm going to, well, first I have to tap my Glacium Keep to gain an action.
Okay.
Pass to you.
All set.
I'm going to use that action and 7 energy.
I totally lied. I had an action. I'll just draw a card.
Wait, what?
I had an action left, so I had to do something. So I drew a card.
Oh, you drew a card.
Yeah.
I play Cindermaw the Scalder into Realm 6. It's just an 8 power flyer. But whenever a stone is seized from you, you may put this from your hand into that realm for no cost if you have a Sulfura Link. If you do, sacrifice it at the end of round. So, I was trying to keep it in my hand so that when you try to take back one of my stones that I'm trying so desperately to hold on to, I just get them down for free and can use them to take it back from you taking it back from me.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to sacrifice it at end of round if you do that. So now I don't. I just played it. Pass to you.
I am all set.
I am completely out of actions. So that'll be the end of round 6.
Okay.
It's time to ascend. It is the beginning of round 7. The 7th realm is unlocked. The 7th stone is up for grabs. You go back up to 3 actions. We each start at 7 energy. But we each start at an extra 3
6
because we each control 3 stones. And it is very close.
7. Okay.
So, how big are your guys?
6, 7, 8.
So, everybody that's stuck in Realm 4 is pretty dang big. Alright, we're going to draw a card for the round. I draw a 𝐼𝐻𝐃 Hopmaster, and I am going to move my Cloud Weaver Construct into Realm 7 for free.
Okay.
For the last time.
Okay.
You are still on the go.
Okay. I'm going to spend 3 energy. 3 energy, so I go to 7. I'm going to play an Astral Vanguard Armor in Realm 7.
With no wonder?
I'm going to play an Astral Vanguard Armor in Realm 7.
Interesting.
Let's see.
I will attack in Realm 6 with my Cindermaw the Scalder and go down to 2 actions.
Okay.
My 8 power beats your 7. I claim the stone.
Alright.
Pass to you.
I'm gonna tap to gain an action, and I'm gonna draw a card.
You have way more actions than me, and it's going to be a problem. You can already see it coming.
Gain an action. Alright, your turn.
I am going to spend an action, go down to 1, spend 0 energy to play another Ronade Hopmaster into Realm 5. 1 power, on arrival, seek 3 a wonder with cost 2 or less. So, we're going to seek 3. Thought Tempest, Wave Whisperer Bay, and Sir Reynard. Sir Reynard is the only one. So Sir Reynard will enter play in Realm 5. The other 2 will be buried in the bottom of the deck. He's a 3 power, and on arrival, put a protector counter on this. So we will take another protector counter, put it on Sir Reynard, pass the turn. Protector counters are brutal, man. You do still have that Capra though, right? Or did I kill it?
You killed it. I'm going to spend 6 energy in action. I'm going to kill it. Play a Pastoral Bloom Drake.
Oh god.
So 7 power. If this wonder would be banished, put it into target realm. It's flying. He is equipped to my Vanguard armor. So every time you attack, it gets +1.
Great.
In any realm. Doesn't need something like that.
Right. I'm going to use my last action. Just trying really hard to get to 5. Couldn't quite pull it off. I'm going to play a Volcanic Wastes into Realm 6. On Harvest, if I have Horde 5, I gain an extra action. I only have 4 right now. Pass to you.
I will attack in Realm 7.
Okie doke. You win combat, you take the stone. You're whopping, what is it, 7 power?
Yeah.
Against my 1 power Cloud Weaver construct.
Yep.
You're down to 1 action.
Mm-hmm.
And no untapped lands?
No untapped lands.
I will tap my Volcanic Wastes to gain an action.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I do not get to because I do not have Horde 5. You stopped that. Pass to you.
I'll play a Sunfire City.
Oh, delaying your last action by a turn. I hate it. Now I have to be super careful. What could you possibly do? I have 2 options of cards I can play, and I have 2 different realms I could play it to. If you play something that takes a stone, you win. I have to try to make sure you don't take a stone. Actually, I can use 𝐼𝐬𝐿𝐴𝐻 tap ability. Tap free, put a protector counter on target wonder. So we're going to put a protector counter on Cindermaw.
Okay.
Pass a turn.
In action. Yeah, gain control of all cards I own.
Is it better to protect the realms I have, or try and take that stone in realm 5? I'm not sure. I guess what I'll do is spend 3 energy, go down to 7, and my very last action of the entire game to play a Dwarven Vault in realm 3. So realm 3 is now completely locked down too.
I have 1 action. How would I have even taken that stone?
Well, everything else is already locked down. This one has a vault, that has a protector counter, that has a protector counter. I could have also attacked here, but if I'm already winning, if I just make sure you don't take any, honestly, either way would have been fine, I think. I don't think either play would have been better than the other. But that's it for me. Pass to you.
Okay, I'll draw a card.
You got nothing?
Absolutely nothing.
I went through all of that for nothing?
Yep.
You did manage to take the stone in that last realm, though.
I've had this in my hand the entire time, and I have not had a single spell.
Divine Conduit. Oh, that sucks.
I was like, this is a dumb card.
It could have been super good. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.